Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Immortal Gaming. This is me again, Marvin, and we're now here for a video that, hopefully on the slightest chance to get to the developers. So I promised that I'll be keeping this channel as positive as possible. Less drama, less complaints, etc. But the recent events have forced me to do this video. So what is this video about? So I've made a list of things that I have to talk about so that my thoughts won't be swayed to different types of topics. But I know, guys, that players like me don't have power or little to no power over anything that the developers decide. But I'll still push my luck in airing out the players' sentiments. What are those? The reason I'm only making this video just now is because I have waited for about a week or two for the developers to act. But, to no avail, there's none. Don't get me wrong, okay, guys? Don't get me wrong. The developers, they listen. But there's a big difference between listening and hearing the players out. So they listen to us, they don't hear us. They still, depend on, in terms of, as I see it, they always depend more on the revenue making decisions. But with this regards, I'm still thankful to the Discord moderators for always connecting the players to the developers. But trust me, the developers need to start acting and make decisions towards a more fair game. Because first thing, the matchmaking, okay? I know most of you have already, known about this, and ever since the first day that people look at this, they really see the incorrect pattern. It was shuffled. And a lot of assumptions have already been, laid out by a lot of players that they are siding more with the Thai players and everything, etc., etc. We don't really know the reason. It's just all assumption. But regardless of that, they have to stick to the very first set of matchmaking procedures that they themselves have laid out. And people are not, we have the capacity to think and to discern what's right, what's incorrect from the first things that we saw. So they have only laid out, an apology about the differences, but they stood their ground. That's still the same setup that they're going to make in the semifinals and finals. But I think it's very wrong. It's very wrong. Imagine if the Indonesian and the guilds that are protesting are one of those guilds that are having the most number of whales and krakens in the game. Imagine if they stopped. Imagine that. Imagine the loss that you guys will be, experiencing. That's a big loss. So that's the first thing. The second is the proper job balancing. So far, every job balancing that we have seen here are, based on Taiwan server, which is at least 6 months ahead of our meta. So in my opinion, those job changes are for the preparation of the laying out on the third jobs. We still don't have third jobs. When will we get a proper job balancing that is only applicable to the global server? I mean, come on. Can't you guys even make a balancing patch that is only applicable to us and not copied somewhere else? Because where you copy it from, their meta might be changed already as compared to our current meta. So that differs from what we have right now. And the third one is the wind strike. It may be a little thing to some, or for me, I'm not affected by this one, but for those of you who don't know, Wind Strike is a Smeldon cogwheel for snipers, wherein it states that before the recent patch, it states that whenever you attack someone, it did not state that you have to attack them using the sharpshooting. Whenever you attack, your attacks, it says there, your attacks immobilize the target. So it does not say that your sharpshooter's arrow attack immobilizes, targets. So for the longest time, ever since the Smeldon cogwheels arrived, it was immobilizing paladins or different. It was a counter. It was technically one of the few counters to how people would be battling paladins, particularly snipers, who are no match when the paladins get to their range. So this recent patch, they changed it, they corrected it, and take note, that is okay if they did not confirm before that it was correct. Before the patch, it did not need any changes, but now they changed it. So what's the problem here? The big problem here is that most of, particularly one of my friends, he has spent a lot of money in order for him to get a Wind Strike, just for that reason of immobilizing the targets. And now it's not working because it says now that it only applies to sharpshooting. So in return, he was like, where did my money go? After all of those thousands of dollars spent, it was, thrown to waste because it's not even using sharpshoot in PvP. So that's one of the small concerns, but can have a big impact once those snipers leave the game. Now, the last one is the VIP. I did not put so much attention to this when it came out, but when I recently read this mail, look at this. The VIP, they are holding VIP for other people. They have already released that notification in Discord that some Thai players were selected to get a VIP, to test it out, to get feedbacks, etc., etc. That's okay. I have experienced this type of testing, new content testing on selected players in different games that I have played before. But whenever they test something, it's on a separate server. Take note, separate server, not on the same server. So what's unclear is that if it's going to be on the same set of servers that we have in global. So people are saying that this Thai people selected are playing on the same global servers that we are playing. Now, a huge problem will arise if that is the case. The first problem is that we are in the midst of the Odin Cup, wherein it's the first ever mobile Ragnarok Championship worldwide. You may say worldwide, but it's one of those things that us Ragnarok players are wanting. Have been wanting ever since Ragnarok Mobile, but they did not make it, right? So it is quite a big thing for us on that Odin's Cup. Now it's in the midst of that Odin's Cup, and you release a VIP that to be tested out to some players. It's okay if it's on a separate server, but if it is on the same service that we are playing, isn't that unfair? Right, guys? I think that's kind of unfair. And I did not mention anything, or I did not, because I want to keep this channel as positive as possible. But when I received this hotfix last September 28th, it says here, fixed an issue where Zephyr 3 and 4 sigils were functioning improperly. So we all know that this Zephyr sigil is a new sigil to be coming out October 2. Next week, it will still come out next week. And it says here, they have updated to resolve some issues from our feedback, from the feedback of the global server. So they won't be including this improvement and fix to wherein the Zephyr is not functioning properly. They will not include this into our mail if it is not designated to our server. So that means there are people in the global server that has Zephyr already. So why am I making a big fuss out of this? It's just a sigil. It's just a healing sigil. Yep, it might be correct, but this is just one of those things. What more on the other things that those VIP players get? In terms of parity, that's nowhere fair to all the other players, particularly the whales and the those who are paying big time on this game. I mean, come on, the slightest gratitude that you could even give us is to make the games fair to everyone, right? And they even sent this. It's like shooting a dart in front of our face, saying that there are people who are being treated on a more VIP VIP condition than you are. I mean, come on. Don't get me wrong, guys. I really love the game. This is the best Ragnarok game that I have ever played, and I'll still be probably, continue playing it. I'm never gonna stop. I'm not saying that I'm never gonna stop, but one day I'll be stopping on playing on this game. But as of the moment, this is the best game that I have played, and I disregarded people saying that, oh, it's that developer. It's nothing's gonna change. There's the same way of leadership, way of handling games. I disregarded those, and I just kept my faith and saying that maybe they'll be changing. Maybe this is a big thing, something to be fresh on all of the other marketing strategies that they may come up in order for them to earn so much. You can disregard us normal players. It's okay. Disregard those low spenders, non-spenders, F2Ps. You can just, disregard all of those, all of us. But don't forget that if the whales and the krakens leave the game, I'm sure it will hit you big time. I mean, come on, your unparity towards all is making people quit ever since 2 months ago. Please act soon, because I'm not the only person who loves the game so much. A lot of people love the game so much, but this is just too much. I mean, come on, call me dramatic or something, but this is too much. I do hope that, somewhat they'll be taking this, as a constructive criticism, because we all love the game. We don't want it to fall, and we want everyone to win. Even the developers, not just me, most of the whales, particularly those who are, calling you out for the unparity in the matchmaking in the finals and semifinals of Odin's Cup. At least give attention to that. All right, so that's it. One in a million videos. No, one in hundreds of videos that I'll be making. It's just, come on, please give this time to me, okay? Give this. This is one of those just few moments, very rare moments, wherein I stress out on what I think that must be done to keep the community in a healthy state, to keep the people from quitting and everything. All right, so that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you happen to like this video, please do leave a like, share this with your friends, and click the bell notification button so you get notified every time I upload a new video, start a new stream, or a new content. That's it. See you again on the next video. Bye bye. 'Cause now I found
you.